Morning, everyone. I don't know why I want to say good morning, Vietnam. So maybe there's something around Vietnam coming up. That's not the first time I've had the feeling to say that, but I needed to say that today. So if there's something you know, please let me know in the comments. I have a quick union read and a quick twin flame read for you today. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath first. Lots of love and blessings out to all of you. Asking God to please armor us all with their love. Source, creator, it doesn't really matter the title that you use. So we have the union read first. It is a 40, 5D, 60 union. And this was done at 7:07. Okay, so this is the union read. If you want to take a snapshot and follow along this way, the read in front of you is the twin flame read. Okay, so we have the 40 bottom row, 5D, 60. The left is the feminine, the right's the masculine, the center is the bridge between them. The feminine incoming, the outgoing divine masculine, the underlying energies, and the closing card up here. Okay, so the read in front of you is the twin flame read here. This is the SIRIAN STARSEED deck for both reads as the main deck, and then the complete read in front of you is here. This is a 7-deck read. It's a lot of energy on the table, so if something doesn't resonate with you, don't force it to fit to your situation. Okay, we have the SIRIAN Starseed is the main deck. We also have the Romance Angels, the Tarot Sexual Magic, the Rider-Waite Mini. We have the Gilded Tarot, the Universal Golden Tarot, and the Numerology deck all here. And I always pull Oracle cards at the end as well. So, and if you want something more personalized, you can always connect with me. My information's below, and my website, twinflames3344.com. I have a CD out there also called Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames by Evelyn Stainthorpe if you want to check it out. And if you like the content, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you all for sharing your time with me as well. I so appreciate it. All right, so the union read here, 45D60 at 7:07. The underlying energy was the Chariot, and the Tower was the center card. The Shadow was the ending card. So a bold move suddenly to the shadow side, catching dark energies and drama to work through. Moving quickly and tripping up, or maybe tripping up because you're moving too quickly, but also tripping up was coming up as a play regarding doing trips or traveling. So the incoming divine feminine here is the 6 of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Cups. So good news and leading the way. The divine feminine's heart in the E Tower getting their wish, leading 5 others perhaps to 6 rays and 9 cups of the Get Your Wish card through her heart, planning and organizing and arranging for celebrations. 4D is the 5 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and the 9 of Pentacles. And again, here we have the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles on the same row together, which are very much the sovereignty energies of the masculine and the feminine. The divine feminine alone, the hermit in the Mary Magdalene cave, left with the puzzle pieces to put together. Apart from the 3D group, the divine masculine sovereign or with sovereign who has all the money and or wise counsel. Or the divine masculine is on the divine feminine side apart from the group, and the divine feminine is on the divine masculine side, sovereign and pure. The bridge between them, the Queen of Cups, perhaps in the lap of luxury or going on vacation by the falls, which is very interesting because I'm going to spread my parents' ashes out west, and a friend of ours out there had suggested 3 different falls where we could go hiking, to spread the ashes. So I'm actually going to, and they're all in Oregon, so Tamalo, Dillon, and Benham falls all came up, or the Hermit, Queen of Cups, and the Sovereign on vacation together. In the 5D here, the middle row, is the Knight of Pentacles, the Tower, and the 3 of Wands. The divine feminine, the loyal, humble servant, proposing perhaps city travels. cities, and travels, the Divine Masculine present to the flame, or the Divine Masculine is the Knight of Pentacles on the Divine Feminine side, and she is present to their union on the Divine Masculine side. Epiphanies and sudden events, drama, eruptions going on between them. Mount St. Helen then came up. The 6D here is the Four of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Cups, the Divine Masculine's heart in the Batcave on the Divine Feminine side, having walked away on his side, bridging by releasing fears and coming out of hiding at 727, which is the Chariot and the Ace of Wands. That one big flame. And by the way, today is the 30th. This was done last night. So today's Tuesday, the 30th. Yesterday was the King of Cups energy, and today's the Queen of Cups energy with the 37 and then the 38. And also the 29th of the Three of Wands going to the 30th today of the Four of Wands, the union energy. So at 7:28, which is the Chariot and the Twin Flames, the Two of Wands, the Divine Feminine is all alone again, naturally, and that may be a play on just being natural, being authentic, being very grounded of the earth energy, with the 5D Knight of Pentacles, the humble loyal servant, and the 6D Divine Masculine's heart on her side. From the Hermit in the Mary Magdalene cave to the Divine Masculine in the Bat cave, serving each other on the Divine Feminine side. The Divine Masculine is the sovereign, present, to gift of opening the heart of the Divine Feminine, or the Divine Feminine opening their heart to him on his side. And in the 6D, he walks away and within on his side. The bridge is the Queen of Cups with epiphanies and eruptions to release all fears and anxieties and toxins. The outgoing Divine Masculine is the Six of Pentacles, the Reason or Emperor, and the Eight of Wands, asking for handouts to throw in the towel in energetic exchange, detoxing the shadow side or doing shadow work. She stops giving so much or giving away so easily. He stops lending a hand that perhaps isn't his to give, tightening the circle of trust to 0 point and nautical miles. Red sky at dawn, sailors forlorn and forewarned, or trapped in a net. So there's a lot about oceans and ships coming up this week. Lover's pot of gold, raise, and wreaths, and dance of drama, expansion, reciprocation, and spirits connecting with me, tying sailor's knots in Charlotte's web. So this union read, the number is 73, which is I didn't even realize this came up here. 73 is the five of, it's the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is that energy of feeling left out in the cold, right? The two lovers left out in the cold, as long as they have each other, right? They're okay. It's also having to do with injury and illness and destitution and homelessness. All the wounds around homelessness and starvation come up with that as well. The horizontal pillars added up to 23 and 50, which is Judgment, the Empress, and the Ten of Cups. And that could be the announcement or judgment of the Empress in an emotional ending, whether that's an emotional ending of a cycle of unhappiness or a family unhappiness. But also the Dark Mother card from the energy deck's been coming up all week. So there's that energy around the Dark Mother being released. On the vertical pillar side is the 6, 7, 9, 9, 8, 20, 6, and 8. So the Lover's pot of gold, the Hermit strong, with judgment and or announcement in the Lover's dance as they're left out in the cold. Okay, so that's the union read. Now the twin flame read, and by the way, as I'm doing these reads, the energy of Easter this year, and remember, I don't know if you remember last year, I brought this up recently again as well. I was getting guidance last year or the year before that the period of 4-4 to 5-5, a year apart or 11 months apart, was a very significant like honeymoon period but prior to the Olympics. And the Olympics were supposed to happen last year, right? So it never happened. So it's coming up again, the 4-4 to 5-5 this year, and literally 4-4 is on Easter this year, which is a very significant starting point, which is the rebirth, right? So we have the reason why 4-4 to 5-5 was significant, because it's 1 year, 1 month, 1 day, 1 hour, which is the 11-11 energy. And also Easter starting on 4-4-2021 this year. So let's see, we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's Easter's number 13, which is the portal. So there's a huge portal right there on 4-4. And I'll get a little bit more into that as we get into the twin flame read, because that came up again. So I cut the SIRIAN Starseed deck for the twin flame read at 7:51 as it turned to 52, which is the King and Queen of Swords in the Chariot. And this is for today, March 30th, 2021. And as I was covering the cards, N dance came up, and the capital N for me is the Christ vibration. And the dance of that, obviously, as I'm just talking about Easter, so that's funny. So we finished clarifying this read at 8-11, which is the 8 of the Strength card, but also the dance again, and the 11 of Justice, which is just truth and balance. And it's also half of the 11-11. So we have the solar deity as the major arcana that came up. Solar deity, which is the sun. Guidance, which is the Hierophant. Starseed, which is the Fool. Transition, Death. And Abundance, which is the Empress. Before the read, because I always pull a few cards on either side and incorporate them into the read, my main read is not just the cards you see upward, but there's 21 cards in all between the underlying energies and the going forward energies after the read. So it's 21, which is the completion, the world. So we have, before the read, Tower came up, and after the read, the Higher Self, Strength, and Chariot all came up. So a lot of major arcana here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There were 3 cups, 1 wand, 2 pentacles, no swords in this read in the main deck. We had a lot of cups in this read. King of Cups, Page of Cups, and Knight of Cups all were the main read court cards. And before the read, the King of Swords came up, which also was the time of the read, the King and Queen of Swords. And after the read, the Knight of Pentacles came up, that loyal, humble servant energy. Oh, that's interesting too. So the King of Swords came up before the read, and I didn't even notice this, because I told you the King and Queen, it was 51 and 52 that finished the read. The final card is the Queen of Swords. So we start out with the King of Swords, and we end with the Queen of Swords with the 51 and 52. So let's see here. So the numbers in the code line was all about adventure and relationship change. The only number that were doubled here was the 3. So 33 is the Christ vibration, and the 7 of Wands, the standing up for yourself without getting defensive. And the 1 and the 5 were also most significant, the Magician and the Hierophant. We also had 13 of the Death or Transition card, 35 of the Wounded Warrior, the 9 of Wands, and 57, the 3 of Swords. And in a lesser sense, the 7, 8, 9 energy, which is the 5D. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9 are the 3D, 4D, 5D energies. But also pushing the energies of going into the 7, 8, 9D energies, especially for the Divine Feminines. So we have the code line being all about adventure and relationship change. Let's see. We had an ace, a 5, and the 3 in the read. So 9 is the number, which is all about compassion and endings and universal selflessness, coming from the numbers 1, 5, and 3. And the major energies, because the challenge and the block cards in the read always come up in the header, or not always, but usually do. The 5 of Wands is the challenge, and the 3 of Pentacles is the block for the twins today. So the message is coming up here around adventure and relationship change, and the number 9 was the sudden event of the egg, which the egg is the transformation, right? The death and rebirth. An employer ID number was also coming up as 1 of 2, the twins being 1 of 2, God's asset of being 1, 2 as 1, the key to expansion in the after-death test, and the after-death test of the rising of Christ, not because of Christianity, but because the twins are based on the Jesus and Mary Magdalene template of twins. The after-death test, the key of co-creation in the workplace, and the spoke in the wheel, right? Another spoke in the wheel. There's always room for another spoke. That ended up being the message here in Spirit's connecting with me. So seeing, so to see in a continual way, or to chew, which is funny. My son's nickname is Chew, but to chew or ruminate, to allow the taste to rummage around in your mouth, right? That's the key coming up here, the seal or the key, the pursuit of happiness. Night 3 of Christ-like, which is the rising, it's Easter. The spoke of adventure and relationship change, another spoke in the wheel. To see the lambs, the children, the little ones, the signing off, the signature, the duck, duck, goose, sealed with a kiss, eyes blur into one, in approximation, circa, end. So it's around, there's no end. It's always the 11th hour. You will never get to that destination because there is no finality. You never can get to the end. You're always nearing the end. You're always at the 11th hour. The one of two, like newspaper, without connections, or let them eat cake without Jesus. To chew on things for a while is the key. To play games, the good night being the key to Trinity with another spoke in the wheel. There's always room for one more. Okay? So you understand that 11th hour reference here? Okay. And then we have, again, the 1111. And what did I bring up the other day with the 0.1111, right? Like 0.3333. It goes on forever. There is no end. It's to infinity and beyond. So the Easter of 4/4 to 5/5, the 11 months, the 1 month, 1 day, 1 year, 1 month, 1 day, 1 hour, the 11/11. Sunrise to sunset, 0.1111, never nearing the end. And then I was being shown, because you'd write the date 4/4, which is 4/4, which is 1. 5/5. The way the date is written is 1. Ones going 2 by 2, right? The 4455, just like my business is 3344. And 33 also came up. That came up in a number the other day I told you about, where 3/3/2022 came up as the end of the number. So here we have all this energy going into the 3/3/2022. So I was getting backwards that there is something significant about 5/5/2020, 4/4, which is Easter this year, 2021, leading up to the 3/3/2022. Okay. So it was coming up as the 4/4 equals 1, 5/5 equals 1, or the dates 4/4 to 5/5 equals 1. The ones going 2 by 2, the 72s, 2 by 2, is literally the 72 in the numerology book, the Divine Triangle, is the 4 of Pentacles. And if you write, I just wrote the ones, 2 by 2, being the 72, which is 4 of Pentacles and 4 of Pentacles. So the 1, 4, 4. The ones, 2, 4 of Pentacles. The 72 times 2 is 144. So it's really cool. It always backs up into the numbers perfectly. And then with the triple zeros, which is the Trinity source, backing it up. The 3/3/2022, I looked up real quick to see if anything significant came up on that date. And Andrea Bocelli came up doing a performance in Paris, the Accor Arena. Also, some dates for cruises came up. Carnival Ecstasy, ECGOCCL came up for 3/3/2022 from Jacksonville, Florida to the Bahamas. And also Holland, America, Australia, and New Zealand cruises came up. So we start this twin flame read. Oh, by the way, there was a mega $1 million win that came up for the 5/5/2020 date in Cleveland, Ohio, 215 million. And the numbers were 7, 13, 17, 21, 45, and then 14, and then the multiplier being 2 times, or 2x. And I don't know if this is significant to anyone, but for some reason, when I put in 5/5/2020, it divided it, because it looks like it's a division problem. And the 5 divided by 5 divided by 2020 equals 0.0004950, 0495, 0495. So 495 may be significant for someone there. Okay, so the King of Cups reverse was the underlying energy for this read. Okay, so in the bottom card here, and then we have the minis on top, and then I go down a few cards. So we had the King of Swords upright, Seven of Cups, and the Tower upright also. The Eight of Cups and the Nine of Cups both reversed. Underneath the King of Cups reversed as I'm losing my voice. So what the heck? So and the King of Cups is reversed, right? He's either emotionally detached, unavailable, or the opposite end of the spectrum of being over-emotional or depressed or having alcohol issues. The King of Swords with synchronicities, epiphanies, choices, sudden events, uncomfortable energies, and dissatisfied with the King of Cups reversed, who's running out of options with the Queen of Cups reversed, the Emperor being strong, or with a Leo, child or pet. Grieving loss, regret, guilt, or the past, and standing up to the Queen of Cups reversed, who's out of options, to end the nightmare of the Knight of Pentacles, offering help, money, or opportunity, or proposal. And obviously somebody's lying or not speaking their truth here, because through this whole thing, my voice is still not clear. And that could be the thing, that people aren't being clear, perfectly clear, like they're beating around the bush. It's like that 11th hour energy again, right? Never nearing the end, not getting to the point. Ah, look at that. My voice cleared as soon as you get to the point, 0 point. With the Queen of Wands watching and the Knight of Swords not doing anything about it, the dark streams or sludge on the poor side of the water, right, the wrong side of the tracks, on the poor side of the water across from the farmland, the abundant farmland, which is bringing up the energies of the slave owners and the slaves, where plants, the poor side, where the plants struggle to grow. And then we talk about the olive trees that are so good for you because they survive in the least survivable places. And then this was coming up related to iron, because iron was coming up all week. And I've always brought this up regarding the really dirtied waters, like in Venice and the Venetian families, and what were they growing there that is very potent because it's growing in the most unlikely of places. So again, this is coming up related to iron now. Dark oil, black cat, and 16 channels on or loudspeakers. They're all toxic pollution. Miasma, unable to breathe. The Knight of Pentacles from the wrong side of the tracks, or the place with toxic air, or the way they see themselves, while the Queen of Wands is sitting pretty in the garden with the King of Swords defending her and tracking in leaves and blasting his stereo. The destiny of the Sphinx, schooling the golden goose, insecure, ego broken, without tools and stuck in the mud. And then pond scum was coming up yesterday too. Perhaps putting the high priestess or Viking priestess on a pedestal. Libra energy keeping the goose quiet, the secret keeper, or Pisces or Virgo or Aquarius energy could be coming up there as well. This could be a tutor or an aide, or squashing their confidence. Cancer reversed and Gemini or Virgo reversed, as well as Pisces, Aquarius, or Virgo upright there, and Libra upright as well. Let go of control issues, and beneath that was pay attention to the red flags, which has to do with your signs and synchronicities, right? The alerts. 9/18 came up, which is my birthday. 9 is the Hermit, and 18 is the Moon. As the King of Pentacles is upright, the superhero, no longer avoiding the elephant in the room. Reunion and destiny, and the Page of Pentacles hurting themselves to be perfect. That's that perfect student, right? But they hurt themselves to get there, to look perfect in everybody else's eyes. The appearance of being the perfect person, and there's no such thing. The beautiful, there's also this breakdown of women, and the beautiful getting all the attention and being conceited. The intellectual then doing whatever they must do to be the best or number one, and then looking up at the beautiful one and thinking to themselves, I wonder what it would be like to be so beautiful and have everyone want to be near you, okay? Then the depressed one, the third group here, the old and all used up, replaced by the spoke in the wheel, only as strong as the weakest link, so no one wants you around, right? Because you keep them pulled down. Playing her like a fiddle with gifts and desserts, one shows off. The one she looks up to. What would it be like to be so beautiful? Who then drinks and cuts and burns herself, because she can't be that beautiful, to compete with her, to be loved by others. So all of that energy between women and how the world sees women was coming up, right? The beautiful gets all the attention, the intellectual hurts themselves to be number one, and always feel less than the beautiful one, no matter how intelligent they are and how wonderful their life is. They still look at the ones that are better than them because they're always seeking to be number one. And then the ones that society sees as left behind, right? The old and all used up or all dried up. They're not worth anything anymore, and we need to get rid of them because they're holding us down. And that doesn't have to be an old person. It can be anyone who they feel is the weakest link, and they need to get rid of them. So nature comes up here. It's nature's way, right? To have all kinds of variations of people, that everyone is beautiful in their own right. The 74 being that perfect balance of nature, that 6 of Pentacles, and beneath that, health, right? Those are the most important things, to be authentic, natural to yourself, and to be healthy. The 71 of the 3 of Pentacles, that co-creation energy. A negative past, a falling out, or difficult kids. At 929, which is the Hermit and the 3 of Wands being present, dropping the act, fixing up the place. The Queen of Swords upright without an excuse. She doesn't need one. She's going to do what she wants. The Messenger of Truth about the Page of Pentacles and the Peacock. Kermie and Miss Piggy, and blinded by the light. So at 929 still here, we have the Knight in shining armor with an opportunity to see the bird, knowing and trying to stay balanced, conscious of words that are sharp and shoes that are practical, and then worrying about what they look like. And also, right then I was smelling like, it wasn't like exactly cinnamon, but then I was getting cinnamon, cinnamon sin, and cinnabar was coming up. Some kind of smell that came, some kind of psychic smell that came through. So a 2-man horse coming up as the masculine, needing a caboose, right, their second half, a tail to hold on to, right, someone behind them, but also a story to hold on to, while keeping their energy pure. Knowing and can't see straight, the King of Cups is reversed, the King of Swords is upright, and the High Priestess and the Page of Pentacles, or this is a secret schoolgirl or schoolboy crush. Conditions of the King of Swords love, and the High Priestess is strict discipline or disciplinarian, with the Page of Pentacles trying to please them. This is coming up as parenting energy and being too strict. And there can be the other opposite end is being, too loose, not having any discipline in your children's life. But there's a difficult childhood coming up here, ungrounded in health, and this can be coming up as the masculine or the feminine's parents, how they were very strict. The King of Swords, you can be very cold and unaffectionate, and the High Priestess coming up here as a religious person, like a nun would hit your hands, the strict disciplinarian. With the Page of Pentacles trying to please them and never being able to, right, never nearing the end, a difficult childhood, ungrounded in health, right, maybe too focused on health or being perfect, or perfectly healthy and not leaving any room to grow or have fun. The strong Leo or Guinevere coming up here with pet or having them on a leash. And then after the read comes up the High Priestess again, surrender, holding back their judgment, fighting a cold, or conflicted and left behind, out in the cold, stuck in chaos with the King of Pentacles upright, saving the day. And this could be energy of the victim and savior, right? The people who are out in the cold, who need the King of Pentacles help to save them. And then we have at 940, the Hermit and the Page of Cups. In the recent past, the Starseed reversed, embarrassed to tell the truth, and on the journey on in uncomfortable energies, falling for the never-ending story that they don't understand or can't conceive of, with the Queen of Wands looking away and the world upside down, reaping rewards of injustice and heartbreak and separation, with issues at work and truth inserting itself there, or truth always right behind them but never quite grasping it, right? There's the 11th hour again, and the caboose, right? The caboose that's always right behind them, but they can't quite touch it or taste it, right? Maybe they can hear it though, or the smell. Maybe they can smell something. They're getting psychic smells. The foundation here is the guidance, the synchronicities, the choices of the divine feminine in the 5D world, and the Hermit shedding light on it, while the Knight of Swords rushes in with the truth. And what a duo they are here. The Hierophant reversed or Taurus reversed, and Virgo upright and or Pisces reversed. So it's coming up as like the The Hermit shedding light while the Knight of Swords rushes in with the truth. What a duo, right? The one who goes within and sheds light, and that could be a professional energy as well, or an old man. And then we have the Knight of Swords, and that can go both ways. Both of them can be the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. The central energy is the solar deity, the sun reversed, drained, sick, overexposed, needing sun and vacation, needing fun, on a quest without a cause, without a message, spying, lying, and rumors coming up, working to align with divorce or to be outside the box spiritually and looking back. The Emperor with Taurus in their chart perhaps, or Leo or Sagittarius, and the challenge being conflict of connection to Leo, pets, kids, or ego, or being strong, or the need to be strong, which is an appearance, right? You don't need to be anything. The Knight of Cups offering love, expecting them to fend off all others, to stand up for themselves. Deception at work, the inequity, the debt, the scam, the not sharing. The journey and the good news coming in to the Page of Pentacles, the insecure star, right, that child star, or healer, the patient angel bleeding out, unhappy alone or never satisfied because they'll never be able to be perfect. They'll never reach that status. Purging, dumped, overwhelmed, dropping the ball, the dead tired or after death, and family unhappy, or Scorpio reversed, emotionally unsatisfied. Coming up in the now moment here, crowning, is the Page of Cups reversed. The rejection, the vulnerability, the spoiled child, or the baby crying, or the cry baby. Someone seen that way. An unstable home, or moving, visiting, and offering time, money, and energy, and the Magician manifesting, grieving, and saving the day all at the same time. The Queen of Wands reversed, the Hierophant or Taurus pretending not to know, and the Three of Wands reversed, no romantic tie, or one from the past, and the King of Swords being watched, unhappy with the Page of Cups reversed, with the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community dysfunction or loss, or the world, with great affection for the King of Pentacles, right, the Savior, and the suffering silence, or the sister, in separation from the Knight of Pentacles, the loyal, humble servant, and not sharing with this loyal, humble servant, not sharing with them. The Knight of Pentacles offering something healthy, to bat a home run, perhaps in exchange for a home run or a sure thing, at 9:57, which is the Hermit and the Three of Swords. So then at 58, which is the Four of Swords, the 5D connection between the twins, with the Knight of Wands rescuing the girl who's broken. So now we have two rescuers. We have the King of Pentacles, right, who's the man, right? He's the one who takes care of everyone and saves everyone and can heal everyone. And now we have the Knight of Wands, who's that, that charmer who can rush in and sweep you off your feet, rescuing the girl who's broken. Soon as the Knight of Cups, working hard to offer love, to come together as one and drop the facade. As the King of Swords is an energetic exchange, the arrows of love, or a lot of back and forth energy of feelings and emotions, with detoxing the sovereign or sovereignty, someone moving or visiting or fixing up the house, to release self from their prison, their anxieties, their toxins, and the twin flames seeing themselves as the Ace of Pentacles upright, a perfect life of contentment, which is the Ace of Pentacles. An offer of a new life here, moving to peace, reaping rewards, traveling, vacation, surrendering to their own knowing, with peace of mind, without getting out of balance. The Empress on the mind, holding back an announcement, a call, a judgment from the star, the dreams, the healer, while away or going back and forth with these energies. Or Taurus and Aquarius not speaking to each other here. And that can very much be that energy too of the Empress and the High Priestess, which have come up a lot as like older sisters, or the old biddies that people would call them, who like to gossip or just talk or judge other people. That energy could be coming up here as well. Codependencies and give your relationship a chance. Deception, and around the twins is transition. So the deception energy just has to do with someone's wearing a mask, whether that's you and you're not being your true authentic self, or somebody else around you. It doesn't have to be something, outright evil deception. So codependencies involving, relationships and addictions, give your relationship a chance, and deception, take off the mask. Around the twins, or how they're seen, is transition reversed, after death, near death, dead tired, The Page of Pentacles, studying the gold coin, right? The perfect student studying the gold coin now and connecting in 5D with the Hanging Man or Easter, or learning about Christ consciousness against the family's wishes or making them unhappy about that. Or the Page of Pentacles on break to hang out with unhappy family or to honor someone's passing. So if it's not Easter, maybe someone passed and there's some kind of service or celebration of life. The block here is the Three of Pentacles reversed, the issues at work, defensive, on guard, the injustice of having to turn people away, or dealing with those who are hurt or with or are disabled or ill. And the Robin Hood energy coming up here. Relationship change and adventure. And for those of you not familiar, Robin Hood, steals from the rich and gives to the poor. So the relationship change, adventure, but even more so coming up here for the twins is moderation, with no big love at work and being strong, or Leo tackling the boar, adventure, and the Empress drained or suddenly sick or overexposed and freaking out that they need a vacation. So it could be someone yelling at someone, I need a vacation now, whether you like it or not. Or this could be Leo reversed and Scorpio upright, not on the same page, maybe arguing with each other. The higher self released from pain and inspired to rise above. The King of Wands reversed could be a Sagittarius or patient angel of a higher love. And the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the King of Cups reversed, strong-arming them at work. Or sisters, the Empress and the High Priestess, like I said before, the higher self, this could be as well. The Empress and the higher self, which can be the twin and their other, looking back or going back, and the Knight of Pentacles offering help to jump through the ring of fire, and jump the broom was just coming up again as well, to jump through the ring of fire in an emergency or ambulance services, or the Knight of Pentacles proposing to offer help to Leo with Cancer in their chart perhaps. At 1017, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the star, the Queen of Swords is speaking her truth. In a state of emergency or not, it doesn't matter. She'll always be speaking her truth. The King of Cups reversed outside the box, divorced or in a break from religion or establishment, perhaps not doing very well. The Taurus reversed offering a new life after death and falling from grace or embarrassed and drained and needing a vacation here. The challenge being the Five of Wands, the activities, and the Knight of Cups offering love with issues at work, feeling rejected and vulnerable, or a child and a mother. Abundance and higher self, or Taurus and Pisces. There's all these one-on-one energies again. Living in the past with help, also in living color, to be, and there could be prejudices there too, to be strong in a broken state of the world. The King of Cups reversed, embarrassed, and keeping to themselves. The Hierophant reversed, also Hieros Gamos was coming up, and the Hero, the Hierophant reversed, the Sun reversed, which is Taurus and Leo, both reversed, or Leo or Sagittarius, and rejection, vulnerability. The baby crying, or the bully crying, or the spoiled child and challenged by conflict here. An offer of a new life with the Knight of Cups, offering love after death, and dealing with issues at work with the Empress and the High Priestess, or the higher self. So at 1023 is the Wheel of Fortune and the King of Wands, or it's just dealing with abundance and secrets regarding that abundance, looking back at the Knight of Pentacles, the loyal, humble servant, who's chomping at the bit, unable to get out of the gate. And again, that has to do with not nearing the end, never being able to get to the point of no return, the 0 point. And then I was listening to Sam, the illusionist, this morning, the last video he did, and he was talking about Krill, who had come during the Eisenhower time to make a contract with us. And I liked that he had brought up, they were talking about the Greys, and that they have a plasma corridor in the ocean, like a test center in the ocean, and that comes up a lot for me regarding the underwater ocean stuff, and also plasma's been coming up nonstop the past 2 weeks. And he was talking about the Greys have plasma shields to protect their crafts underwater, because plasma creates a lot of heat. So they isolate their crafts in 2 layers of anti-plasma vacuum technology. So there was a reason that I needed to bring that up as well. And you can watch that whole video if you'd like. Okay, so I'm going to pull a few oracle cards here, and I'm going to finish up the 12 signs today too. I still have Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces to go. So for everybody watching, the best and highest good of all is concerned. Take another deep breath. What do we need to know and what do we need to learn for the twins today? What's our takeaway from what we've learned here? Okay. Oh, that flew right out. Face down. Okay, the community, the difficult community. So there may be toxic people in your environment, bad influences, that kind of energy here. Trying to think if the Chariot was reversed in the read. I think it was. Yeah. So this is reversed. There's negative energy around the community. And I was just telling you about the aircrafts, which can be the Chariot can be a vehicle. I was just talking about the spacecrafts under the ocean who are bad influences, right? So the dark energies, that can reference that as well. But also just clearing out the toxic energies that no longer serve you in your own life. And there's more toxic energies, the anxiety that one feels, all right? Not being able to breathe, because when you're feeling anxious, you cut off your air supply. So it's so important to either, take a few hyperventilating breaths in the morning, or just remember to breathe very deeply all day. We have two butterflies of transformation, the twin flames, wanting to bring you out of your anxieties and your fears. The 30 of union, and today is the 30. And then we have the thinking man here, right? Looking at new ways to work with crystal energy. And here we have the 3-towered crystal, which I have right here behind, backing you guys up. Okay. So we have the 46 of the children, the 2 children loving each other in the garden and helping each other figure out their path from childhood. Coming back into your inner child and what you really love to do. If you do what you love to do, you won't feel this way. You don't have to prove anything to the group, and you don't have to stay home and feel anxious about going out to a crazy workplace environment. You do what you love to do, then you're steering your own ship. You're being authentic to yourself, and then of course abundance will follow, because there's so much innocent love in this energy here. The bottom of the deck is victory, and again the 28 of the twin flames. That's also my address. That's so funny. The twin flames, and you see the peace that she achieves from choosing her own path and having victory in that. So the other one where's that card? And we have the sun behind this too. That card where she's looks like she's graduating. I want to show that to you because this reminds me of that card, and this one's similar to that as well. But it's like here, after that graduation energy card where she wasn't at peace, she's not happy. It's like learning to find your peaceful place, taking off the crown, maybe putting on your own crown. Maybe you don't want to wear this crown, you want to wear this one. Being authentic to yourself and finding peace. No longer living by somebody else's rules. So that's the energy that's coming up from that. So now from the journey of love. So detoxing your environment, and also asthma coming up. So purifying your air and your water. So make sure you change your filters. It's interesting. I'm actually getting I have a water filter in my fridge and all, and you can do that on your sink as well, but I'm getting a filter put onto the main of the house, so I get the whole water system filtered. So you might want to do something like that. But again, the miasma, that's a good way to remember that word, miasma, because it's the same meaning. Toxins that don't allow you to breathe the air, which can just be stress. Okay, so let's see from the journey of love, what is our message here today? There's that health card, the gifts received, and this is so much about nature and being able to see the orbs against the green colors. The gifts received, the light, the higher vibration. And it's just saying, nature is your gift. Use it to your advantage. The 13 is the portal here of, death and rebirth. the gift received. And again, the Easter energy of the rebirth of Christ, that there's no real end. There's just a rebirth into something different, a different form. And across the waters, the 23 of the King of Wands, the man of passion, as the feminine here is standing in the wall waiting for him. She's half in the vortex, half in the wall, right? Half in this world and half not of this world, in the vortex at the 0 point, right? At the 11th hour. The King of Wands across the waters, and we talked about across the waters with the, right, the slave and the slave owner, the wrong side of the tracks, energy, the polarities. And then here God speaks, and here's your connection with Source, okay? It speaks through you, right? You are all the energy of Creator and Source of love. The 33 of the Christ vibration, and standing up for yourself, being the man of passion here, and allowing the rebirth. And this is very much about Easter here. Okay? You have the man of passion, you have Christ, and the death and rebirth. Okay? Can't be more obvious than that. And then we have one more card that wanted to be seen with the shifting universes. And this is very much about signs and symbols and music. The sound of silence. The 7 of the chariot, the vehicle of ascension, and the chokore. And the different clefs, right? The G clef, the F clef, right? The bass clef, any names you want to call them. It's just the different shapes and symbols and how they fit together, how the puzzle pieces fit together. The 7 of the chariot is the vehicle of ascension, the shifting universe, how things shift and fit together, like an astrological read. How the planets are positioned against each other. The shifts in the universe. The 7 is the vehicle of ascension. I'm sweating my butt off right now. So there's a lot of masculine energy coming in here. So the nature of gifts received in the transformation of death and rebirth, as the divine feminine waits across the waters from the King of Wands, the man of passion, half in and half out of this world, as God speaks and connects you to your higher self, which is each other, using the signs and symbols of the universe and music and sound, in the sound of silence and the music of the spheres. The bottom of the deck here is the light field, okay, which can be very rough. So it's saying sound maybe is much smoother to deal with. The light field can be very rough, as we feel all these energies coming in, sitting in the middle of the 4D bridge here. The light field, the 63 of the suffering and silence. And then the heart of the moment, the 16 of the tower, the towering inferno. How red this is. The tower of the root. And then the suffering and the silence of the light field. Right? So these are like the polarities here. Right? The root to the tip. This is, be sitting in the middle of the 4D bridge going into the 5D, whereas this is very 3D in the root chakra. And then beneath that was the ancient ones, the blue and the red. Look at that. The blue of the 52 of the Queen of Swords receiving the light, and you can take this in multiple ways, right? The blue and the red pill and all that kind of stuff. But this is also the ancient ones of the blue energy and green energy. Very aqua here. And the aquamarine color was coming up this week as well. I brought that up previously. The 52 of the Queen of Swords receiving the mother ray light, the aqua light. And then here we have the red of the root chakra and the white, because the white is like the violet light. It's above the violet. It's that purification of the root chakra, the safety and security, to be in the heart of the moment. When you stay in your heart, you always feel safe. When you stay present in the moment, you always feel safe. The 16 of the tower, the epiphanies. That's when your epiphanies come through. And then here is the combination of the colors as you go from the green to the purples, the heart and the indigo, the third eye, and the connection in the 4D bridge, and the pineal gland. And your world feeling like it's crumbling. It's like these two are very solid, right? When you're in this energy, you feel very solid and sure. And even here, finding your security in your heart. But then when the light comes in, it makes everything very disturbed. And there's that suffering and pain. So you can choose to be present, right, in the vortex, or you can choose to feel the cyclone around, just like you saw over here, the feminine half in the field and half out of it into the vortex. It's your choice to feel it or not to feel it. And then the bottom of the deck here is her grace. You can choose to just go with ease and grace. That smoothness of her reaching out. Her grace. 17 is the star. Becoming the star because she knows all that you are. She is who she is. And then here, you're all of it. You're not just the vortex. You're not just the cyclone, but you're all of the storm. And here's all the people outside watching the tower moment of coming to the vortex and becoming as one. The 35 of the wounded warrior, and intimacy, coming very close together, one-on-one, while everybody watches and waits outside your natural boundaries of the cyclone. And then the underlying energy of her grace, with ease and grace, allowing all, because knowing that she is all. And now we have the very high level vibrations here in this card of the blues and the purples and the whites going outside yourself. Right? This is being of this world, because you still have the yellows in there and the golds and more earthy colors pulling you down into this world. And then this is more out of this world. Then you can take a break and meditate and feel this energy here. Beneath those two cards is the Christ flame. Okay? So the Christ flame of the red and green, the Christmas colors of the heart and the root. And the struggling to get the blues and the purples, right? And the torture involved with being the blues and purples as opposed to just the red and the green. The Christ flame of the 31, the expansion and contraction, the conflict, the fighting, but also the pursuit of happiness. To come together as one, the Mary Magdalene and the Jesus energies. Two as one. And then finding her grace, right? Going from the masculine 3D energy to the feminine 5D energy as it smooths out. Very interesting. So we're talking a lot about the lower chakra system versus the higher chakra system, right? The 3D human and the 5D human, right? We need the 3D human energy for survival on this planet, but we really don't need it for much else, right? To elevate as beings. Just to be in this human body, we need to know how to survive. But other than that, we really want to live as co-creative beings, not survival beings, that lower vibration. So the 4 is more of that level of survival, whereas the 8 is the manifestation of your dreams. And then the 9 goes into the ending cycle, where you're letting go of everything you no longer need to go into the transformation for the new cycle. So really 8 is the culmination of the cycle. Okay, guys, I hope that was helpful for you. Make sure you drink your water, get your rest, get your joy, get your nature, and have an amazing day, guys. Have an amazing day. Take a deep breath and rise and be loved. I'll see you soon. Bye.